Welcome to season 6 of Chris Strub Unmuted. I'm Chris Strub, and today and this season, we're talking about fathers and Father's Day.
I wanted to be the dad that was there. I was the soccer coach. I was there at the basketball games. I was there at the soccer games, at the tennis meets. I was there when he was running. I was there at his plays, when he was marching band, when they were champion marching band up in Syracuse. I was there.
Don't forget, I won the spelling bee too.
Okay.
This is Chris Strub Unmuted, a show designed for open dialogue, honest reflection, and uncensored truths about the lives that we lead. Welcome to season 6. You may notice a brand new piece of furniture here next to me. This is our C4 Energy Mango Fuego fridge. We are so grateful to our friends at C4 Energy. Hashtag not quite a sponsor yet, but they sent me a fridge. So maybe we're getting there. And I tell you what, I've been drinking this Mango Fuego since Jake and I were down in Miami. Learned about the Mango Fuego flavor. It is really, really good. So just so grateful to be powered by C4 as we move into season 6 here, June 2026, the month of Father's Day. And in a moment here, we're going to shift scenes a little bit because I can't squeeze our special guest today into this space here. This is a one-person studio. So we're still, again, in the formative stages. We're building out what could certainly work as a multi-person stage and setup. But in a moment, you will be reintroduced to my dad. I've got a lot of different nicknames for him. Of course, his real name is Charlie Strub. A lot of people across Long Island, for better or for worse, know him as Skip. I call him Papa Strub, Papa Doc, and my best friend, So it's an honor to have Papa Strub here in town this week. We're recording in May, of course, as we prepare for to put together all of season 6. As you can imagine, look, I'm a one-man show trying to design this show piece by piece. We're kind of building the plane as we're flying it. Although big shout out to Max and Jeff for having our back always on the editing side, audio and visuals. It's been great having Papa Strub here all week this week down from Long Island. He's in the green room behind me here, so we'll get him set up for a conversation in just a bit. But just love spending summertime thinking about my dad, and thinking about how my dad's influence has played a huge role in who I am. If you follow me on social media at all, or you know me, I'm close to my dad and my mom. But look, it's June, it's dad time, right? So that's how we do it. Especially, kids of divorced parents, you pick your battles, you pick your spots, right? So happy Dad Month to my dad, to you if you're a dad, to all the dads out there, and we're still thinking exactly how the season is going to play out. But I'm thinking we'll definitely have a dad focused theme, and who better to talk about being a dad than my dad, right? So without further ado, we'll switch scenes here. C4 cheers. Magical Jeff edit here. We'll split to the second scene here of our season premiere, season 6. Season premiere, Pops. That's a big spot to be in.
Thank you.
Right? We only bring you the best here on Chris Strub Unmuted. You're the first repeat guest on the show. We had you on in season 2. We were talking about love. That was fun. We got you back now. Love having you in Greenville. What do you think of Greenville?
I love Greenville. I think that it's beautiful. The weather is weird because when I come down here, I think it's going to be warm. It's always cold.
Yeah.
And this time it's hot, really hot. And I came prepared for it. I wore shorts and my shirts. But I really love the way it's laid out. The stores, the city is beautiful. The walks, the people are very nice. It's just a very nice quiet, good place to retire to, which is one of the reasons why I'm here.
Yeah, we're working on that. Now, if I know two things about my dad, number one is that he's very particular. He's got another hat here. He's wearing his Alabama hat now, and he said, "What does it say? Old and don't care." So
Old, don't care.
old, don't care. My dad, is a retired chef, very particular about the food that he eats. There's certain things like the burgers in my freezer, and so like there's stuff. Dad will not put things in his body that he doesn't want to eat. Respect. But the second thing that I know about my dad that overrides that, you know what I'm going to say?
No.
Is that this is all unscripted. The second thing that overrides that is that my dad would do anything for his son.
Yes.
Would you say that's true? And like literally anything, probably, right? Like,
except eat some of the stuff that's in the refrigerator.
So we're gonna start off this episode with Charlie Strub, the retired chef of decades and decades, right?
Right.
I mean,
4
decades. And if you go back to season 1, you talk about my love of trying new foods. You're the man who has inspired me to try a million new things over the years. You sit there at the table with me and my sister and say, just try it.
Right.
Just try it. Try it. If you don't have to like it. You don't have to finish it.
Just try it. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to eat it,
Or drink it.
you have to try it. And that's what everybody should do, the same thing. People feed their kids McDonald's because the kids see McDonald's. They want McDonald's. That's all they're eating. Or French fries or stuff. Take them out and give them a fettuccine Alfredo with broccoli and chicken.
Yeah.
Like my son surprised me once when he ordered that in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I was like, when did you start liking that?
Both my parents are like, "What, Chris? You eat fish?" And I'm like, "Guys, I'm 40 years old. My tastes have evolved over the years, and one taste that I have picked up on is Mango Fuego C4. And so live, unexpected, didn't tell me we were going to do this. You're going to taste Mango Fuego. You're going to taste it. You're going to taste it. What have you told me 10,000 times in my life? You just taste it.
Okay,
Just
I'll try
taste
it.
There's no alcohol in it. My dad doesn't drink.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's pretty good, actually.
My dad does not bullshit either. That's rule 3. Like if he hated it, even though he knows that C4 is eventually going to sponsor the podcast, like you would say that it sucks, wouldn't you? Like you would.
I would say it's because it's a juice, and I don't like fizzy juices.
Yeah, fizzy
carbonated juices. Because to me, it's like a juice that went sour.
Yeah.
If you drink sour orange juice, it's fizzy, or grapefruit juice. It's got that burning taste in your mouth. So to me, that's what I relate that to.
So if you don't sleep for the next 72 hours, you can credit it to the fact that you had your first ever C4 live here on the season 6 premiere of Chris Strub Unmuted. Anything for your son?
I don't know if that's gonna. Yes, anything for you, Chris, except finishing this can.
This delicious can
This will be for
of Mango Fuego.
I'm glad that Chris likes it. You know, he really does like it. He's got a whole refrigerator of it,
Whole C4
which is
fridge.
good. It's good, good product for him.
So
Gets him going.
If we say, Pops, that was one lesson of being a dad was, I know that you're very proud of both of your kids. And, we talked specifically about your roots as a chef and wanting to have your kids to have a diverse palate and, eat, healthy and try different things and try different experiences. But give me another lesson off the top of your head of being a dad. Like what would you share with your son sitting here next to you and everybody listening? Like what's another important lesson that you've learned as a dad in 40 years of being a dad?
Always paying attention to what he's doing, but not getting overly involved in it, because let him live, let him decide what he wants to do. Both my kids. If you want to do something, try it. If you fail, I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to support you, but try it. It's the same thing. Try it. If you like it, do it. You don't have to, go out and be president of the United States or a star athlete on a team, which would be nice.
Yeah.
But that's not my son. this is my son. I love him for who he is and everything, and the respect that he gives to other people and that other people give to him. That's important to me. That's what I like. I like the idea that people respect him and give me such great compliments about how such a nice guy he is. He's a wonderful person. Not a, you know, nasty thing in him at all. You know, he just loves everybody. Doesn't matter who you are. He loves you. He'll talk to you. You know, try and solve the problem. Which I like to think that's how I am also. Maybe not quite as much as him because I'm older and I didn't have a dad that taught me those lessons. Unfortunately, my father wasn't really in my life. He was very, you know, he just couldn't communicate properly. And I tried to. Along with his mother, we let Chris and Kerry do what they have to do or want to do. You want to go to school, go to school. You know, whatever school you want to do, major in whatever you want to do. My daughter went to John Jay for forensic science. Is she doing that now? No, but that's what she's doing, what she wants to do. She's a mother, and, you know, speaking of a mother, I have a granddaughter also, Hadley Jean, which, you know, I'd love to see shortly.
Yeah.
But Chris, you know, and Carrie are both, they're of one mind. They do what they want to do. And it sounds like they're stubborn, but it's not. They think about what they want to do. They're smart kids.
That's why we got Grandpa Charlie's cookbook there. So this is suggestive selling. This is social media. We're gonna make sure we show the book. Grandpa, this is my grandpa. Proud to be a grandpa.
Yeah,
you know.
I really am. But now I want to explain about my thoughts on food. Right? I think that the American public now accepts garbage as good food. You don't eat garbage and say, "Oh, that's good." A lot of people get, for an example, quick example, Super Bowl Sunday, you order these 6-foot heroes, and they give you potato salad, macaroni, and coleslaw. A lot of them are done in 5-gallon buckets, and people will eat it, and they'll say, "Oh, that's so good." It's garbage. You got to have it fresh. Make it fresh. I have recipes in here for potato salad, macaroni, and coleslaw. Try it. Penn Dutch potato salad. I make the best Penn Dutch potato salad going.
How many different places do you think you worked at across Long Island over the last 40 plus years? Dozens.
Cooking, yes, a lot, a lot. From dishwasher, starting out as a dishwasher, to being a prep guy, to being a cook, to being a first chef, first cook, a head chef, and then executive chef running my own kitchens, 2 restaurants. I've done it all, and I've always had good reviews. People love my food. I have people remembering this one guy, 10 years after I left Finnegan's in Huntington. I used to make my own onion rings there, my own batter. And this guy heard about me, and he goes, "Oh," the guy who I was talking to, friends with, his cousin, said, "Ask him if that's the guy that used to make onion rings down at Finnegan's." And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, tell him to bring me some." This is 10 years after I left Finnegan's. This guy remembers my onion rings. That's what I want. I want somebody to say, "I remember that guy because he made the best onion rings," or "he made the best potato salad," or
There's another recipe in here, quiche.
I make great quiche, great quiche. I also think that I'm the first one to start chicken fingers. I was serving them back in the 70s, tenderloins, chicken tenderloins, flouring up and sauteing with garlic and chicken stock and then serving them over rice. Long before McDonald's came up with chicken fingers, I believe.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm just so proud of my son and my daughter, what they have accomplished in their lives and the effect they've had on other people's lives, what they've done to improve other people's lives, to help them, you know, however he can. Chris driving around the country volunteering in a youth organization in every state. I mean, who does that? Who does that? Nobody does that. You know, it's just a special thing. That comes from in here.
What was your reaction? And when I talked to Mom eventually for another conversation like this, I'm going to ask her the same question. But when your son calls and says, "I'm going to 50 states in 100 days," I remember your reaction. How would you describe it?
I thought the first one, you're just going to have a beer in every state. That was just a
Yeah, so
Par-
for the
party
backstory,
kid.
the year before I did 50 states in 100 days, I did 48 states in 90 days. A lot of people might not know that because I think most people that know me on the internet probably know me from doing 50 states in 100 days. But there was a trip the year before that, 2014, where it was a lot less connected to this, philanthropic
Right.
side of the piece, right? But 2015, I call you and I say I'm going to doing this again, and we're doing it right.
Right.
And your reaction was
Go for it.
go. Exactly.
Go
right?
for it. Do
right?
it. Why not?
Now,
You know.
my mother's reaction was a little more hesitant.
Well, I don't really know what she said.
It wasn't quite as immediate. Go. Of course she's. I mean, mom. Mom supports me in everything that I do too. A little bit differently, different context to the conversation. But I've been super blessed that both my parents have been incredibly supportive of me. It's been really important for me too as a son to try and reciprocate that, because I know how difficult it was for you growing up with your dad and your stepmom.
Right.
My dad grew up with, you want to explain it quickly? You had one brother who was
My
your
mother left me when I
brother.
was 2.
Yeah.
And my older brother and I were with my father
Yeah.
when my mother left for another man with another man. But she was pregnant carrying one of my other brothers. Then my father remarried Carol and had John and Ronnie. My mother, my real mother, married Robert and had Ray, Robert, Randy, and Ray, Robin, Robert, Randy. Right, 4 more. And I didn't meet them again until I was 20. So it was a tough life.
It's life, and the more you talk to people, I think in a world of social media where you're connected on Facebook and all you see is people's highlights and stuff, and we're obviously Facebook friends and da da da. Sometimes all you see is that highlight reel, but there's really so much more to everyone, especially this guy, but me too. There's a lot to people when you sit down and you listen, and that's one reason why I want to start a podcast in the first place. And everybody's like, "What's your podcast about?" And I'm like, "It's about me. I've done some cool shit. And I know some amazing people, starting with you and mom. Which is why I love having you guys on, and both of you are open and honest, and don't need to kind of handle me with baby gloves anymore. I'm freaking for the most part, but."
If I ever get on by myself, separate away from him, we'll have some real conversation.
Was it Charlie Strub Unmuted? Max, should we start Charlie Strub Unmuted too?
I could tell you some stories.
Look, we could do a whole season of Charlie Strub.
Now, the thing about this, Chris, about having Father's Day, okay? I didn't really know what Father's Day was about because I didn't have a father that was there for me. Yeah, we went sailing every year on the boat, and we went to the fire department because that was what he liked, right? But that was what we had to do. We didn't have a choice, go or don't go. It was, we had to do it. At least I did, because I was, the younger of the 2 older. And then there was John and Ronnie, who was from my stepmother. But when, I wanted to be different. I wanted to be the dad that was there. I was the soccer coach. I was there at the basketball games. I was there at the soccer games, at the tennis meets. I was there when he was running. I was there at his plays, when he was marching band, when they were champion marching band up in Syracuse. I was there.
Don't forget I won the spelling bee too.
Okay.
I want to make sure this list is exhaustive. Of all of my accomplishments.
I was there for everything that they did that was important. My father never came to any of my, didn't come to my graduation, any sports I was in, or any accomplishments that I had. I won a thing with junior achievement. He didn't really get involved in that. It was just something that or DECA. I won a DECA, Distributed Education Clubs of America. I won an award in that in high school. It didn't matter to him. They didn't care. When Chris and Kerry were born and they were doing all these fantastic things, my father, their grandfather, never came to see any of their things, any of their sports, any of their accomplishments at school, in the plays or anything like that. And that bothered me because that's not what I wanted to be. I wanted to be the father that was there and, show them what a real dad is. And it's a lot more than just, giving them a car and buying them a beeper when beepers were around, when they were crying out, so-and-so has a beeper, I want a beeper. Now it's, oh, they have a cell phone, I want an Apple 17 iPhone. You just got to be there for them, and that's the important thing, that I've always been there. Coached soccer for them for 9 years, both my son and my daughter.
I was the best player on the team, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, you started our conversation by saying my son will never be a professional athlete. Right? Glad we got that on the record. But I was really good in like third grade. I was really good at soccer.
Yes.
That alarm means we got to go here in a minute, but
Okay.
I want to get you out on this. Your son is not quite a dad yet. It's something that I would love to do myself someday. But technically I am a dad. So I want to ask you, and I'm going to grab her as we talk about it. How is your son doing as a dog dad?
He's doing well. He's got some things to learn, and I'm holding back because he has a dog trainer. He doesn't need me to train him. I have 3 great dogs that, Lolly, Bear, and Murphy, that I love completely, that are, one of them is half this one's size.
Oh my gosh.
This is what, 50 pounds a dog, maybe?
Yes.
50 pounds of dogs. I have almost 300 pounds of dog at home.
Do you have anything to add
So-
as we wrap up part 1 of conversation with Papa Doc, with Grandpa?
This is what he needed.
Oh my gosh. Can we say goodbye? Say thank you, Grandpa.
Hey, take care of him. He's going to love you forever. And you take care of her. Okay?
All right, Papa Doc. Thank you.
It's Dad's Day, or week, month.
Happy almost Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Love you, Pops.
Love you too.
All right, Papa Strub, thanks so much. A great conversation. Thanks for listening to Chris Strub Unmuted. Support the show by clicking like and subscribe. Keep up with me on social media at Chris Strub. And remember, we are all famous to a few people. Mango Fuego, cheers.